How's it going, everyone? Liam Catterson here as we venture into another episode of The Mandalorian. This is episode number 5, which is titled The Gunslinger. I absolutely love this show so much. There has never been a dull moment with The Mandalorian. Even the last episode, which was a more mellowed down scenario where Mando and the child had to basically hide after the antics of episode 3. It still provided some amazing tense moments with Mando as well as Cara helping the villagers beat the raiders that kept disturbing their peace, and it was so amazing. Cara, like I said in the last episode, is my new favourite character. She is just incredible, and I do hope to see her before this season is up again, because she was a memorable character from the off, so yeah. But yeah, this show, it's just superb. I have loved every second of the show. It's really top tier Star Wars stuff, and I'm really excited to venture into the second half of this show. So with that said, let's get into episode number 5 of The Mandalorian. This is The Gunslinger. Let's go. And this guy's top tier.
I can bring you in cold.
Hey, that's Mando's line! Get your own shit! Oh! Oh!
That's my line.
Just turn it off and on again. IT trick number 2. The first trick is just hitting the machine.
This is Mos Eisley Tower. We're tracking you. Head
Oh!
to 35. Over.
Tatooine!
I'll get you your money.
I've heard that before.
Just remember.
Yeah. No droids. I heard you. You don't have to say it twice.
I'm wondering if that's like flashing
Womp
back.
rat.
Hey! Whoa, shit wasn't good here for the Stormies and Tatooine. He once
I'm in.
held the city.
And I'm gonna raise you 3 bolts and a motivator.
Are these planes Sabat?
Something with bones in it.
Get it, oh, wrong.
Here's the plan.
Womp rat.
I am going to look after you until the Mandalorian gets back. And then I'm gonna charge him extra for watching you. You see how
I mean, to be fair, that's a bit extortion considering that wasn't part of the deal.
Picked up this bounty puck before I left the mid-rim. Fennec Shand.
Nay!
An assassin? Heard she's been on the run ever since the New
It's been
Republic
going,
put all her
yes!
employers in lockdown.
For all the top crime syndicates, including the Hutts. If you go after her,
You're a
you
dead
won't make
man,
it past
basically.
sunrise.
There are some people...
This is my first...
In half an hour, bring 2 speeder bikes and give me the tracking fob.
Don't worry.
This...
Got it all memorized.
Half an
That...
hour.
He's gonna be a
Looks like you're stuck with
liability.
me now, partner. What'd you expect? Like Corellia. Ma'am?
Hans! Oh god. Don't even think of... Yeah. I don't trust you.
They're the locals. Everyone else is just trespassing.
Well, whatever they call themselves, they best keep their distance.
Yeah? Why don't you tell them yourself?
Oh!
Relax.
Oh, wow.
Those were brand new.
Yeah, they were.
They were. Now they've given us passage. That's a very, very interesting, like, perspective we've just had on the Tusken Raiders.
For yourself. Can I at least have that blaster?
Tracking fob, shoot!
Get down!
Yeah, there she is!
Mando!
Ooh, dang!
Wait, I don't wear any Beskar.
Nope.
So what do we do?
You see where that shot came from?
That's your problem, kiddo.
Yeah, came from that ridge.
Okay. We're gonna wait until dark.
Well, what if she escapes?
She's got the high ground. She'll wait for us to make the first move.
Reference! High ground! Phil's gonna be jealous. She's on Tatooine and he isn't.
You done?
Yeah. I was just, waking you up. Come on.
Get on your bike.
Oh,
Run
man.
as fast as you can.
Oh! Damn, she is. Uh-oh.
Not so fast, Fennec.
Come on, May! She's not just a badass at agent, she's a badass here.
Nice distraction.
What's the plan?
I need you to go find that dewback we saw.
And leave you here? With my bounty and my ride? Yeah. I don't think so, Mando.
This guy's a pro, compared to your newbie ass. Listen to the professional, kiddo.
Okay. I'll do it. Watch her. And don't let her get near the bike. She's no good to us dead.
A Boba line.
And think what it would do for your reputation. A
You'll be
Mandalorian
revered.
shot up the guild on Navarro. Took some high-value target and went rogue.
May, don't do this.
Like I said, you don't see many. You bring the guild that traitor, and they'll welcome you with open arms.
Oh, he's gonna listen as
Your
well.
name will be legendary. Make the best deal for yourself and survive.
He's gonna buy it. He's gonna take it. Being part of the guild means a whole lot for him. You dickhead!
That's good advice. But if I took those binders off you, I'd be a dead man.
He's not playing the risk,
Mandalorian's
but
worth more than you are, well, who wouldn't want to be a legend?
uh-oh. Well, they're hiding, so... Does he have the woman hostage?
Took you long enough, Mando.
Yeah.
Fennec was right. Bringing you in won't just make me a member of the guild.
It'll make him a legend.
It'll make me legendary.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's top... Yes! Never stood a chance against a professional rookie.
Gotta get it.
That cover me?
Yeah, it's gonna cover you.
Well, I mean, he has reason not to
All right, pig droids, let's drag
screw
this
her
out of
over.
here. I don't know. Drag it to Beggar's Canyon.
Oh? much was that? You're just really going to give us like a tease? So wait, could May not be dead? Please? Please? I want to see Melinda May back once again. Who could that be? Like, I have a kind of a crack theory who it could be, but I could be wrong. But with the clanking and the cape, it does ring a familiar bell. That and, well, this is a stretch, but Mando said a line that belongs to this certain character. So, I don't know if it is Boba Fett, with the whole mystiqueness behind, like, yeah, the mystiqueness behind this character whose face we don't recognize, like, who's all, like, yeah, mystique, cut away before we even try to recognize him. They're teasing something, and I can't help but, like, feel it could be Boba, because that would be really, really awesome, especially Mando against Boba. Oi. That would be sweet. But I want to see more May, to be fair. Oh, man. That Toru guy, yeah, he's an ass. So yeah, like, this episode wasn't really standout-ish, but it was still very, very impressive stuff to see, especially Ming-Na Wen, like, appearing in this episode. I knew she was going to be part of The Mandalorian. I think I even said back in episode 1 that I knew she was going to be a part of the show. I just didn't know when. So, yeah, and it's so funny because you've had Phil Coulson, like, comment about Tatooine and May, you know, is there. So, yeah. But, I really loved how she was represented in this episode. She was a badass. She gave Mando pretty much a tough time. If it wasn't for the Beskar steel, then yeah, he'd probably be dead by now. So yeah, but like I said, her portrayal as Fennec was really, really amazing. She was a complete badass. And yeah, she was just really, really wonderful. And how she played that, not just being a badass, but how she goaded Toro into betraying Mando was very, very powerful stuff. So it was really, really great to see her in this episode. I was a bit, disheartened when Toro shot her, but thankfully that ending leaves her fate in the unknown, doesn't it? Because who knows what that individual is going to do. Like I said, I have a feeling it might be Boba Fett. With the clanking, the cape, and the skepticalness of the entity approaching Fennec, with the fact that it wasn't going to reveal who it was. And not just that, though, but it's on Tatooine as well, which is where Boba was last at. Of course, he fell into the Sarlacc pit, and in Legends, of course, he got out. In the canon, it's not so... there's no certainty regarding if he did escape the Sarlacc pit, as far as I'm aware. But considering this is only like a few years after Return of the Jedi, it wouldn't be impossible. So I say it's a crack theory. It's a likely theory that it could be Boba that could have encountered Fennec right at the end, especially with the ambiguity in the final shot, as if they don't want you to find out who it is because it's going to be someone important, someone who Star Wars fans can is going to freak out over, and the potential prospect of Mando versus Boba would be absolutely surreal stuff to see. So yeah. It might be Boba, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, I thought this was... it was still a good episode, don't get me wrong. It wasn't a boring episode. It wasn't as good as episode 3, but it was still very, very fun stuff to see the action between Mando, Toro, and Fennec. Fennec being a badass. And not just that, though, but just exploring a bit more of Tatooine culture, especially with the Tusken Raiders, which Mando said that they believed this was their planet first, and they have just resorted to aggressive means to anyone who they can consider outsiders, which gives them room to basically like they feel insulted and you know they think they are trash when this was their planet. And yeah, we saw Mando politely converse with the Tuskens through their language, which was like sign language, and it was a really interesting depiction of the Tusken Raiders, because like I said, we've never seen them in that manner before. They usually just come off as hostile, but with what Mando has said, you can't really blame them. They've been relegated by the other inhabitants of Tatooine, and it's got to insult them. So yeah, but to see Mando come to an understanding with them, and yeah, it was just really appealing to see them in this kind of fresh light, like the ATST. Like, I haven't been intimidated by an ATST before, but in the last episode of Mandalorian, they made sure to give that ATST a very nightmarish appearance and a formidable appearance as well. So I really liked what they did. Same with the Tusken Raiders. So yeah, the mechanic who was looking after Baby Yoda, I thought she was a very fun addition to this episode as well. Like, of course, we had that beginning where where Mando crossed paths with another person from the guild, assumingly, and yeah, he basically fried the Razor Crest, and she had to repair it with the pit droids as well. So it was great to see them as well, because we haven't seen them since episode 1, and they still look really great, and they are still pretty goofy. It's like they had that goofiness in episode 1, but I really liked that mechanic as well, like how she like how she was a really great babysitter with the child. So yeah, what I really like about the show though is like the appeal is going to be centered to Baby Yoda. Like we can't stop being in awe with the child, and just loving his appearance. But it's not like it takes any focus away from the story. We're still captivated by Mando and the episodes that, like, the episode of, like, yeah, the episode's events. They are still very refreshing, and yeah, it's not dull. It's not mundane. It's still very fixating to focus on Mando and other characters like Cara, like I guess Toro, and Fennec. As like, these characters aren't like, don't have any focus taken away with them just because Baby Yoda's on the scene. So yeah, I really like how they've managed to keep the focus on the other characters and the interest that they provide, as well as Baby Yoda as well. So yeah. I like the references in this episode as well. Like, we had Corellia mentioned, which was Han's planet, which is kind of funny because I don't think Toro was from there, because he just mentioned that the bikes were not to the quality of Corellian vehicles. But he did have that. He did have that narcissistic attitude, that confidence. So yeah, and he like, there was like a teeny bit that kind of like presented a bit of Han in him. I don't know if it was because it, like, his first scene, he was like sitting in a similar position that Han sat in episode 4 when he encountered Greedo, but yeah, he was very arrogant, Toro. So, and I just had a bad feeling about him all throughout. So yeah, and yeah, it's not like he was secretly a traitor. He was just convinced by Fennec, because this is the thing. He did play the desires of what a bounty hunter would want, which was the biggest reward. And the big reward was Mando and his bad reputation with the guild. Yeah, in a sense, you can't really blame him, but like preceding what Fennec told Toro, he was very arrogant, and he smashed the tracking thing, saying, "Oh, I know the route, so it's okay." So yeah, he was very, very arrogant before then, but I thought he was a very, very interesting, I guess, assistant to Mando this week, because last week we had Cara, and she was very, very impressive, and this week we had Toro, and he was very, very arrogant. So it's not repetitive, like someone who's assisting Mando. Yeah, it's not repetitive. They make sure to make these characters feel authentic. So yeah, that's what they did with Toro. But I thought he was a great inclusion. So yeah, he was just arrogant, but I think that's how we're supposed to feel about his character, isn't it? So yeah, but yeah, it was a very, very amazing episode. Not as amazing as episode 3, but it was still great to see Ming-Na Wen presented in a badass fashion, because that's one of the reasons why she's my favorite character on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., as well as her story. And it's just great to see that transition into The Mandalorian, where she basically gives Mando a bit of a run for his money. So, yeah, I really appreciated what they did with her character, and the prospect that she could return in the future, but we don't know. As well as Mando, that beginning shot was very, very fun stuff as well. Like when you had that guild member say, "I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold." And of course, that was Mando's line. And I just love the fact that, Mando was trying to evade this guy. And as soon as he said that, he pulled back, shot him down in brutal fashion, and says, "That's my line." It's like he was pissed off. So, yeah. But, no, I really liked how this episode went by. Even if it wasn't as good as episode 3, it was still very good stuff. So, I really enjoyed how this episode went by. But yeah, with that said, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!